スマイリータイム。ぴよよよよーん。皆さんこんにちは。マイリーこと渡辺まいりです。Hi everyone, I'm Miley. Welcome to Smiley Time. On this channel, Miley, ガンクちゃん、ボルマshare real and the latest information about Japan from Japanese girls' perspective. If you want to know the real Japan, please subscribe to this channel. And this video is about earthquakes. As you all know, Japan is a country with many earthquakes. We have learned a lot from past earthquakes. So we regularly conduct evacuation drills in the event of an earthquake at the schools and workplaces. Still, when a big earthquake occurs, it's very scary and my legs shake. I was affected by the Great East Japan earthquake occurred on 11 March 2011. I still clearly remember the shaking scenery. At the time, I was in the office at the Tokyo Disney Resort, and the view made me think that the earth was ending and I was about to die. After that, I lost my job and I lost all my dreams. And since 1st January of this year, large earthquakes have continued to occur at Noto Peninsula in Ishikawa Prefecture, and it is said that there is a 70% chance that a large earthquake will occur in Tokyo area within 30 years. It is impossible to predict when an earthquake will occur. Therefore, it is important to prepare for earthquakes in advance. People who fall under this category should check it out. It would be terrifying if you came to Japan and were affected by a large earthquake without knowing the language or knowing anything about earthquakes. So please take this opportunity to watch this video and learn about earthquakes. Whether you watch this video or not will make a big difference when you actually experience an earthquake. This is a channel that protects your smile and creates time for your smile. First of all, you can't smile unless you are alive. So we have to learn how to survive. Okay? It's time to start. Let's get this started! Check it out. 1. Set the SIM card. Many travelers are already using it, but when you arrive in Japan, let's replace it with a Japanese SIM card. By using a SIM card, you can not only reduce the amount of communication but also receive disaster and evacuation information sent by the national and local governments from your smartphone in your language. Set up your smartphone in advance so that you can receive the latest emergency information. 2. Check how to use the SOS call on your smartphone. This is a useful feature if you are trapped in a building that has collapsed due to an earthquake or if you are lost in the mountains. Check in advance how to make an SOS call with your smartphone. I'll show you the case of iPhone. Press and hold both buttons at the same time for about 10 seconds to make an SOS call. Your phone will automatically call your local emergency number and notify emergency services of your location. With iPhone 14 and later, you can use emergency SOS via satellite to send a text to emergency services even when there is no network coverage. Click Set up emergency contact in house to register emergency contacts such as your family members. If you use an SOS call, your emergency contacts will also be automatically contacted. Check out the features of your smartphone. Nani? 4 steps to take when a large earthquake occurs. If you feel a strong shaking, please move to a safe place. Indoor case. It is very dangerous to be near large furniture, television, windows, or lights while shaking. Wait for the shaking to stop in a while with nothing such as a hallway. Tips for moving to a safe place during shaking. Please be sure to wear slippers or shoes when moving. The soles of the feet of many people trapped in the building are covered in blood, so please keep your shoes or slippers near the bed. don't look at the shaking lights when they are shaking. There is an increased risk of getting broken glass in your eyes. Please don't look up. When moving while shaking, if you have a stuffed animal or a pillow nearby, use it to protect your head as you move. We don't have time to make choices like this. Instant judgment is important. Never open windows during shaking. Further increases the risk of injury. Inside a facility case, please move to a large area with as few objects as possible. Outdoor case. Please stay away from buildings, walls, utility poles, etc. Please be careful not to overturn the vending machine. Never touch hanging electrical wires. Case of the bridge. When you are on a bridge or pedestrian overpass, hold on the handrails or bars to avoid being thrown off. The bridge may collapse. Leave the area immediately when the shaking stops. In fact, after the earthquake occurred 13 years ago, I was riding my bicycle home, but the pedestrian bridge was split in half, so I slammed on the bricks. Bridges are fragile. Station platform case. Be careful of following objects such as bulletin boards and billboards. The rush to the turnstiles causes panic. Stay close to the nearby pillar and follow the announcements until the strong shaking subsides. Cases near the coast or cliffs. Evacuate to a safe place immediately. If you are on a coast, evacuate to higher ground and listen carefully for tsunami information. When you are at the stadium, if a large number of people rush to the entrance exit, there is a risk of being involved in the secondary disaster. It may also be safer to run to the ground. After the shaking has subsided, check the current safety situation where you are. Indoor case. Open windows and doors to ensure an escape route. If the building is damaged, exit the building immediately. If you are trapped in a building, please use your smartphone's SOS call. Whistle is also effective. Inside a facility case, please follow the instructions of staffs. Outdoor case. Places with a lot of trees, such as parks, are relatively safe because there are not tall buildings around there. Summary of Step 2. Check the safety situation of your current location in a safe place. If you are currently in a dangerous area, head to an evacuation center. If not, you don't need to go. In order to protect your life, it is extremely important to remain calm and make accurate decisions. For that, keep these methods in your mind and act calmly in an emergency. Gather information and ensure safety. There are 6 things that are likely to happen after an earthquake occurs. Gather information and act appropriately. In order to reduce panic when an earthquake actually occurs, let's know what will happen. Buildings collapse. In the earthquake that occurred this month, many people were crushed under buildings. 2. A fire breaks out. 3. A tsunami occurs. If you are near the sea, please leave immediately if an earthquake occurs. 4. Electricity, gas, and water became unavailable. I actually experienced this during the earthquake 13 years ago. I couldn't take a shower for a while, and it was tough not being able to use the toilet even when I went out. Even if the water supply is cut off, in many cases you can still use the toilet water for a while at homes or in hotels. So don't try to avoid drinking water to reduce the number of times you use the toilet. Still, I'm worried, so I keep portable toilets at home. I have a lot of it so that I can share it with others who are having trouble. When gas is no longer available, snacks, fruits, vegetables, etc. that can be eaten without using a fire and have a long shelf life come in handy. So I always keep them in stock at home. 5. Difficulty connecting to phone or internet. 6. Public transportation such as trains and Shinkansen will be suspended. My hometown was also affected by the earthquake 13 years ago, so I couldn't go home because the Shinkansen was stopped. And because I'm a teamed person, I couldn't ask anyone for help, so I overcame the disaster alone until the end. If you are unsure of what to do, please consult the consultation desk after a large earthquake occurs. The local government where the earthquake occurred opens the consultation desk for foreign people. I put the link for the current Noto Peninsula Earthquake in the description below. If you are currently suffering from earthquake damage, please take advantage of this service. I was a teenager at the time of the earthquake 13 years ago, so beyond the loneliness of being alone and the inconvenience of having a lifeline, it was difficult for me to accept the reality of suddenly losing something important. I still remember the day I just cried alone in my room. And at the time I learned that everyday life can come to the end suddenly, so I decided to try everything I wanted to do and live each day to the fullest. That's how I became an idol, even though I'm so timid and shy. Even if you lose something, you can start something again. Hope will always be born, so if you are worried, please do not hesitate to use the consultation desk. So, please enjoy your trip to Japan, keeping in mind that earthquakes can happen at any time. I'll continue to do my best to alleviate your concerns as much as possible. If you have any questions about earthquake, please let me know in the comments. It's time to finish. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video will help you. Okay, so see you next week. Arigatou. Bye bye. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye. See you.